Peace and love, and welcome to Black Diamond Worldwide Outreach. Today we are in week 4 of our holiday shopping list, and so it is time for us to think about preparations and how we are getting ready for our good, how we're getting ready for the next phase of our lives. So we'll talk about preparing for not only new experiences, but also exciting experiences in our lives. So we'll talk about that in a second. First, I just want to, thank everyone for their wonderful messages and gifts and everything. It was a fantastic Thanksgiving day and Thanksgiving season. So hopefully everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving and are completely remaining grateful for all the good and wonderful things that we have in life. So hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving and remaining just open and accepting of the good in life. And so we must prepare. You know, as we're doing our holiday shopping list, writing our desires down, focusing on what we want to accomplish in our lives, we must realize that we are preparing for not only new experiences, but exciting experiences, right? Ones that get the blood going. But we also have to realize if those exciting experiences are on the good side of life or on the negative side of life, right? Because we accumulate so much in our existence. We accumulate so much in thoughts and actions and with the people around us that sometimes our perception can be a little jaded and a little difficult to understand what we have really brought into our life or what we're expecting in our lives. So as we talk about preparing for new experiences, let's prepare for also those experiences to be good ones. So let's affirm. Put your fist in the air and affirm with me. I am ready for my new life. I am ready for my new body. I am ready for new relationships. I am ready for my new world. And keep your fist up higher and higher. And it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. Can you now see yourself as we're in week 4 of this wonderful projection of our goal, right? Can you see yourself getting closer and closer to your goal? As you prepare for the new things that you want to experience in your life, what kind of excitement are you seeing? We're preparing for life, for new people, new places, new stories to tell. I always remember a joke by Chris Rock where he says, you know, when you're in a relationship so much, you hear the same story again and again and again. And then when you're out with your friends and they're like, ever tell you about the time? And you're like, yeah, you told me about the time, like get kidnapped or something, have a new story, right? You know, but that's what life is all about, right? Having new stories to tell. And that's what happens in our new experience. There's always a new story to tell, right? Just like when you go to a new job. There is always someone that you can talk about on your first day that you think you might get along with, or you just think they're the coolest person. You might become friends and best friends with them, right? Let's get ready for new life in our body, new health. If you want to exercise more, you know, all these things that you're writing down on your holiday shopping list, let them be specific to what your goals and desires are. Not just, I want a car or I want a house, I want this. I want to exercise more. I want to eat right, eat the right things, you know, in my life. I want a new relationship. That's something that we can all put on our holiday shopping list. Whether you want to be in just a regular relationship or friendship, a marriage, you want to be a parent, you want a better relationship with your parent. You know, these are the new ideas, the new life that we're seeing in our shopping list and we want to see materialized in our world. But as we get ready for the new experiences, let's make them exciting. Not the drama side of exciting, but the good side of exciting, the joyous side of excitement. Now, Webster's defines exciting, right, as to stimulate, right? To raise an atomic nucleus, atom, or molecule to a higher level of energy. So it means to provoke, right? Now, here's the thing, right? Because you can provoke good or you can provoke evil. You can provoke niceness, you can provoke meanness. You can provoke love, you can provoke hatred. But it's all about the motivation within you. So as we're putting out our desires into the world, right? As we're looking for new and exciting, new things that we want to experience, where does the excitement come from? The thrill that you get as you see yourself in your new position, in your new relationship, with your new body, having health and beautifulness throughout your body, right? Is it something that makes you depressed, or is it something that makes you excited? What are the energies that are being activated as you look towards your goal? What are the energies that are being activated as you say, this is what I want to experience in my life. This is who I want to be. You have to know that good and wonderful things are happening for you. And it's something to get excited about. It's something to get, it's just something that we can all look forward to in our lives. Don't mind the people that come to bring you depression. Don't mind the people that come to tell you, what are you getting so excited for? Even if it's just a piece of paper that you want, get excited in a good way for your life. So affirm with me, I have good and wonderful things to be excited for. One more time, I have good and wonderful things to be excited for. And I see this for you. I see that as you get closer and closer to your goal, you're getting not nervous, but excited. You ever realize that it's the same kinds of feelings, the same kinds of jumpy feelings that happen when we're excited that something good is going to happen, or when we're nervous that we might fall flat on our faces and not move on to the next level? Start in your mind thinking, you know what? This all universal force has put me here to succeed, to prosper. So these exciting experiences that I am waiting for, they are wonderful, they are great, they are fantastic. Now, sometimes in order to get to the real, the true of our lives, of our goals, in order for us to truly experience the fullness of our goals, we must realize that we have to sometimes break down and dismantle the walls of of personality. We have to break down and dismantle the walls of personality and find the God force within. There's so many people that are set in their ways, and they want to be set in their ways. They want people to fear them, like sometimes a parent-child relationship, right? Especially when the child has done something wrong. You want them to have that kind of fear of you. But how long is that stretching out? Are you moving that perception of fear into other circumstances and experiences in life, where you meant it for one experience, but it's leaking into so many other experiences, right? So many people want to be seen as just, whatever it is, just this something that people can either fear or love or whatever, but sometimes we have to let that go. Sometimes we have to let our personality go and get within. Find the true self that is within us. We must understand that true fulfillment is only achieved in honesty and purity. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest about your emotions, your feelings, your needs, what you need from a situation. I always remember the first time I heard the saying, I feel some type of way. It was a lady telling me about this situation that she was having, and she was so confused as to what to feel and what to do about the whole situation. And she said, you know what? I feel some type of way. It reminds me of one of my favorite shows, The Golden Girls. There was a point where Blanche was talking about how sometimes there's just a bundle of feelings going on, right? She's not really envious. She's not really upset. She's not really jealous, but there's some kind of feeling going on. And she calls it her magenta period, right? Her magenta expression of life. Sometimes we have those moments where we don't know what these bundles of feelings are, where we don't know where our personality has put us, right? Where we don't know our true fulfillment. And that is okay to have because it means that we are getting to the real. It means that we are becoming honest with ourselves, our feelings, our goals. We're identifying what we truly want to experience and the joy that we want to experience with the fulfillment of our goal, right? That's what we must always, not only just the goal, but the enjoyment of the goal. Not the headaches that come along with the goal, not the heartaches and the depression that come along. No. That is all renounced in our life right here. It is all let go. We're looking for great and exciting and happy and joyful and peaceful and loving experiences from now on. But again, you have to be honest. We have to be honest in the things that we need to apologize for. If we betrayed someone, if we were betrayed, you need to be honest about that. You need to be honest of any wrongdoing and make amends in your life. But also, you need to be pure of heart, pure of intention. And this is, the word intention is so wonderful to me because it's something that a lot of people don't think about. It's not only the words that you're saying, right? It's not only the way that you're communicating with people, but it is the intention behind what is really happening in our life. Just like someone says something sarcastic to us, right? But the tone is not sarcastic, but we felt that energy. We know that that person is not being serious in our life. Some of us live life like that. There really is no honesty. There really isn't a pure way of living their life. We must seek to understand ourselves emotionally and psychologically. So many people do not want to do the work to understand or better understand themselves psychologically. Why do you think what you think? Why are these thoughts coming up in your head when certain situations come up? This is serious because this will take us to the next level. So purity is all about being pure and honest with your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions throughout life. Affirm with me, fist in the air. I keep myself honest. I keep my thoughts pure. I keep myself honest. I keep my thoughts pure. We are now in our holiday season. As we said, we are in week 4 of our holiday shopping list. We have 3 more weeks to go because we will officially be in December next week. But we must also remember that as we are expecting good, right? As we're praying for our good, as we're getting ready for the holiday season and family and friends and the love we're going to share, we must also remember to check on the strong people in our world, right? I always remember that because you think they're strong, so you say, I don't have to worry about them. I don't have to call them. They're fine. They have, family and friends all around them. But some people don't always know the love that they have within them. We might look at them and say, oh, everything is wonderful in their world. But do they? Do they see the goodness in their world? Do they see how great they are? Why don't you call somebody and remind them about how great they are? As depressing as it is to say, holiday season is also suicide season. So we must reach out to people. When we reach out to others in our world, we are building our own strength. We're building our own love as we give of our time and our patience, as we give of ourselves, as we give of our presence. We went through this whole social distancing thing. We couldn't interact with one another, but that is our basic need, right? To interact with one another. There is nothing I love more than being around my friends, being around my family, sharing that energy between us, right? And with that, we must know that presence, being in the same room with someone, is something so wonderful and sometimes so underrated. that we think that it's just, oh, they don't need me. Oh, they can do whatever, you know? But it's all about the presence. As we give of ourselves, as we give of our presence, just being there for someone, even if it's just a hug. You don't have to say anything. There are times when people go through situations that, you know, they come and ask me to pray and I don't know what to say. But me just being there, that can be you. You just being there with that person. You know, asking them, not just giving them advice like, you should do this, you should do that, right? But saying, what can I do to help? How can I help you? What do you need from me? And as you give of yourself, we know that we are building our strength. Sometimes you don't have the strength to talk to people. I get to those places in my life too, where I get up in the morning and I don't want to see a soul. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't feel like smiling. I don't feel like interacting. But those are the days that you must do that even more. Those are the days that you must go out and realize that we are all connected. That you have the strength to pull yourself up out of those depressing thoughts and make someone else's life better and wonderful. This is the season of giving. But it's not just gifts. It's not just things that we can buy at the mall for other people or things that we can buy through catalog or online that someone may want. Always remember that your presence is also a good gift. And friendship is a gift. I always think friendship is a responsibility. We have a responsibility to be good friends to other people, even if they betray you. Even if they talk behind your back, even if they stab you in the back, that does not exclude you from being a friend. It's all about what you are doing within your own self. Whatever people do outside of you, that is their business. What you do within, what you accomplish within, is something great and wonderful. Now, also, once we're doing this, right? Once we're sending out love to the people in our world, we can pay attention to and better regulate attachments. You have to pay attention to your attachments. You have to pay attention to the people that you allow in your world and how you attach to them. What are they giving you? Do the people in your world make you feel happy or sad, right? Are you relying on other people for your love, for your joy, for your energy? And it's good to be in relationships, especially, you know, people hang their happiness on a relationship. They hang their joy on a relationship. Well, we can't do that. We cannot do that. We have to find, and let me tell you something. I am realistic, right? Being in a relationship, as much as we say, you know, you have to find out within, being in a relationship, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, I'm this and all that, right? In being in a relationship and someone says that to us, you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are sexy, you know, all this stuff, it's validating. It is validating. It makes us feel better. But no one outside, because once you attach your goodness, your joy to someone else, if that person is taken away, or if they don't feel like encouraging you that day, what are you? What are you in that moment? When the things and the people you're attaching to for your good, for your joy, for your emotions, for your habits, for your feelings are removed from you, who are you then? That's why you got to build up such a strength of spirit, such a strength of soul, that the people that come into your life, that they will just mirror that back to you. You won't have to rely on them for some fulfillment because you will already have it. So you need to understand, why am I attaching to certain people? What is the need there that needs to be fulfilled, that I always need to be with this person? You know, what need is there that needs to be fulfilled? Why does it show up as it does? Why does it show up in our body, in our nervous system, in our emotions, right? In our feelings? Is there a perfection of freedom, right? Are we free to feel those good feelings without the attachment of other people? In the Hindu scripture called the Gita, it says, the person whose mind is always free from attachment, who has subdued the mind and senses, and who is free from desires, attains the supreme perfection of freedom from karma through renunciation. Right? So again, it is good to have these attachments. It is good to have people that we love in our lives. But are they bringing your highest good? Are they bringing thoughts, feelings, actions, reactions? Are they bringing a spirit that you can pick up and be encouraged by? I really hope so. I really pray that you have people in your life that are bringing things for your highest good, that their intention is such that whatever they do, even if it's something harsh that you don't want to hear, it's bringing you joy, it's bringing you goodness, it's bringing you that excitement, that wonderful good, as John Lewis used to say. He was a representative in our Congress, I believe. I can't remember now if he was a congressman or a senator. I want to say Congressman Joe Lewis. My bad. I'm forgetting my history. But he used to say, get into good trouble, right? If you know that this is your desire, it doesn't matter what someone else thinks. It doesn't matter what someone else do. You know that you and your God are a majority. You know that you and your God, this all universal force, will bring to you your heart's desire, that whatever shows up in your life, you don't have the attachment of, oh my God, of nervousness, it's new. You know, you have an attachment to good. You have an attachment to joy. You have an attachment to the good points of life. Fist in the air, affirm with me, whatever shows up in my life is for my highest good. Whatever shows up in my life, whatever shows up in my life, and you start thinking about those situations that you're in right now that you don't feel that you can get out of, whatever is showing up in my life is for my highest good. That brings me to the all-important question. Let me see. Today's date is the 28th, right? So we got less than a month for actual Christmas Day, if you celebrate Christmas. And you know, so many people, the malls are swamped already. The supermarkets are empty already because people were preparing and getting their things ready and stuff like that. But my biggest question is, what are you buying yourself for Christmas? We so busy buying stuff for other people and looking for deals. And I've seen, I remember Black Friday when it first became popular. People were fighting. They call them the door busters, right? As soon as they bust open the door, and people are fighting over VCRs and DVD players and TVs and knocking each other off. I think a few people got shot on a Black Friday, you know, the Friday after Thanksgiving, where things are way below what they're supposed to be, right? In all that fighting and all that buying gifts for other people, what are you buying for yourself? It's something to think about. We'll talk about it for the next 3 weeks. What are you getting yourself for Christmas? Last point. It's never too late to heal the inner child. That's the last point I want to leave with you. It's never too late to heal the inner child within you. You know, when we talk about like Christmas gifts, right? And this might sound weird, but I don't care. I buy myself a Christmas gift and I wrap it and I put it under the tree. And in my own handwriting, I put to Jason from Santa, right? Because there's an inner child in me that was always excited for Santa Claus, right? I remember, well, we couldn't leave cookies out because we grew up in Brooklyn. And the minute you leave cookies out, here come the roaches, here come the mice, you know. I used to be like, you ain't Santa Claus, get off my cookies, you know. Couldn't leave milk outside. We didn't have a chimney, so I don't know where Santa was coming from, but there was still an excitement there in life, right? There are so many people, though, that have had this childhood trauma in their life from their parents, from, excuse me, from disappointments, from desires not going their way, goals unfulfilled, relationships that failed or did not work out or just ran its course, right? We must remember, though, that even with the inner child, sometimes we must remember that our parents, because a lot of people have this feeling of their parents, they didn't do what they were supposed to do, right? It's important to know that our parents did their best. And it is possible, and it is impossible. It is impossible for any parents out there. It's impossible to raise a child correctly. It's impossible to raise a child correctly. Maybe one of your children has a higher gene for anxiety. How would you know how to deal with it? We can only do the best we have with what, we can only do the best in life with what we have. So stop with the guilt trip. Stop with the, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. Bring it for yourself. Sometimes that inner child needs to cry. People are so scared of, oh, I don't want to cry. I'm not a crying person. You see these two things here? They're called eyes. And underneath the eyes, they have tear ducts. The reason we cry is because the emotions fill the tear ducts. It is natural. It is not. That's why you cry. It is a natural thing in your life. It's because we have tear ducts. So stop saying that you're weak because you're crying. You're this because you're crying. You are strong because you are being honest with yourself. You are being honest with your emotions. You are expecting and preparing for new and exciting experiences. And those tears, they're cleansing your soul. They're cleansing your spirit. So that as you get closer and closer to your goal, you are no longer yearning for the unfulfilled child that needs to be healed. You are no longer yearning for things that you did not get. You can be your own love. You can be your own power. You can be your own best friend, your own excitement, your own love in this world. So it's never too late to heal what needs to be healed. It's never too late to heal that inner child crying out for love, crying out for attention, crying out for more lessons on how to be loving and joyous and faithful. In this moment, know that you deserve the best. And because you deserve the best in this moment, I know that you will receive it. Put your fist in the air and affirm with me. In this moment, I know I deserve the best. And so I achieve the best. I achieve the best. I achieve the best. Friends, go out and achieve the best, knowing that you are the best in this world. For the next 3 weeks, for the last month in December, we'll be looking at the birth of Jesus. So next week, we'll talk about the events that happened before that led up to the birth of Jesus. And we'll go the second week, the actual birth of Jesus. And then the final week of the year, we will talk about what happens after the birth of Jesus. Because remember, it is the story of the birth of the I am within us. This new thing that you're preparing for. This I am that you want to be follows the story of the birth of Jesus. So join us for the next 3 weeks as we round out our holiday shopping list. I know for sure that by the end of it all, you will see how wonderful, how great, how special you are, and how you have everything you need to bring in your heart's desire. Friends, you know I love you. But I'm going to say it again. I love you. Be blessed.